I'm the scumbag outlaw, and you're the pillar of justice. But neither one of us likes looking at ourselves in the mirror. Sons of Anarchy, Season 6, Episode 9. Now, yeah, this is one of the most important episodes in SOA history. For the very fact, so much was revealed. And, yeah, like, I'm hoping to remember everything so I can get everything in on this video, because so much, like, first of all, I have to say this, my grade for this episode kept getting bumped up. Like most episodes, I can initially gauge what it's going to be. Sometimes I bump it up a little bit, especially towards the end, whether it be a chapter or episode. But this episode just kept getting bumped up when it went on. So I was like, yo. And, you know, so let's get into this review. Now, the title itself, John 8:32. I knew coming into this episode that it would deal with truth. So truth would be revealed. I didn't know to this extent. I was not expecting it, okay? And for those who don't understand the scriptural reference, John 8:32 says, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Now, we saw a little bit, you know, that scene with the preacher was talking in the jailhouse about, you know, Jesus and everything, and spitting some factual stuff, I might add. Doggone, I have to applaud Ron Perlman though. His acting skills, impeccable. He proved me he was true. I mean, if you didn't believe, you know, I've been skeptical about some of his, you know, I knew he was good, but I didn't know he was this good. Yo, that crazy lunatic scene he did, excellent, just excellent, yo, excellently done. In response to the preacher, in order to get out of there and move forward with the plan, excellently done. And I also gotta say this, I have to give props to when it's due, okay? Clay, although he's old, he is tough as nails, yo. Tough as nails. Now, getting back to the beginning, because there's a lot. So this video might be long. Y'all know some of my videos are long. This video definitely might be long. At the beginning, we see, yes, Nero is out. It's always a beautiful thing when Nero is involved and out of jail, out of prison. Excellent. Because Nero, you can't help but like him. He has to be one of your favorite characters. He has to, because every time he comes in, he makes a statement, yo. It's character though. This character though. So he's talking with Jim, and he's finding out what happened. You know, Jim's telling him what happened with Tara. And then we see Jax has an interaction with Tara. Okay. And from both these scenes, I would like to point out a few things. Number one, when a man truly loves a woman, he learns her. He learns how to read her. He learns how to read her emotions, moods, and all of that. Number two, when a man really loves a woman, he's honest with her. You saw that with Jax. He was honest. He loves her. He does. Nero said that too. He's open and honest. You know, he actually even tells about the club business. Tara didn't want to hear that for a few reasons, but that is what it is. You know, a man loves his woman, okay? And I could go on more protection, provision, and all that. And Jax, you know, as a man, he's like, yo, I haven't been able to protect you. And that really bothers him. I can totally relate to that. But moving on, because like I said, I could spend probably a whole video on just talking about that alone. We see, Chucky. This season, I remember when Chucky was initially introduced, I couldn't stand him. He was totally annoying. But over time, Chucky, I built okay, he's, you know, I can accept him there. But over this season, Chucky hasn't done much. But I'm loving Chucky. He's become one of my favorite characters in SOA. He didn't do much, but side characters, man. Side characters are so important. Chucky is excellent. And we see, you know, with the kazoo, he does little things, and it's just, I love it. And, you know, Jax, you know, they're talking about things and blah, blah, blah. You know, him and Bobby. And I knew from the moment they showed her, that young lady, that teenage girl, I knew she would play a part. And then she does what she does, and then Jax chases her down. Then we see the community, their distrust of Jax in the club, you know, and everything out. That was excellent. What else? Moving on. Keep it moving. I gotta say one part, you know, Gemma. I love that gangster. Man, she was gangster in this episode with Margaret. Yeah. Even though Gemma's shady, I don't like her times. When Gemma does what Gemma does, she does it well. So, you know, when it's good stuff like this, yes. You know, both, I gotta say this, both Nero and Unser, Wayne Unser, with the wisdom though, trying to open Jack's eyes. Now you gotta understand why Jax was the way he was. You know, emotional blindness. Now, both men and women face it, but especially dudes. I'm gonna talk specifically about males when they're emotionally blind. We a lot of times know the truth. Okay, we do. We just don't want to believe we being betrayed like that, because we don't want to feel this thing of betrayal and rejection. We don't. It's not a delusional thing. Not most of the time. We know. We want to have a veil over our eyes for a few reasons. Okay? Like I said, it's different from females, and I don't want to get into this, but understand that the emotional, you know, emotions sometimes blind men. That's sometimes why men act the way we do, because emotions, you know, when we don't understand something, our emotions get all a whack. When a man's unable to control his emotions, it means it's not everything's really worked out up here. So just a tidbit of, you know, knowledge, especially for females, because I know a lot of times females complain they don't understand the mindset of a man. So there's that. Shoot, we see Borowski. He has to pull out because the squeeze play. Patterson, the DA, she putting a squeeze play on him, so he had to pull out, which understandable. Jax isn't it, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's business. I love the relationship between Lieutenant Eli Roosevelt and Jax, man. I love that relationship. I just gotta add that out there. I've probably said before, but it was, you know, once again showcased in this episode. We saw once again the you know, Chibs as the VP. Jax doesn't have to give all those, like, as the VP, Chibs kind of disperses. Jax okays things a lot of times as the president, as the prez, but Chibs kind of gives out the orders and say everybody to go do this and that and that. I thought that was important. I really enjoyed the conversation between Gary, the father of the young lady who threw the pipe wrench through the window, and Jax. It was a man-to-man conversation, and it was some real tough stuff. And then we see the connection. It all comes full circle. That's one of the major secondary themes of, not major, secondary themes. I don't know. It's either major or secondary. I'm not sure. I'd have to really consider that. It's one of, you know, main themes, whether it be major or secondary themes of SOA. Everything comes full circle. And that accident with Jax's father, John Teller, killing the young lady's mom, and plus now she has bipolar issues and whatever, like a mom, but you know, her dad's losing his job, so Jax goes and talks to Oswald. Excellent, though. Excellent, man. You know, and then Oswald, the favors, get a chance to be the mayor and all that. I thought that was excellently done. What else? Because like I said, there was a lot that went down. You know, I have to talk about near the end Jax's conversation with the young lady. That was touching. That really was touching, man. And she was open and honest, and she asked Jax why he did. You know, that was actually. I wonder who that lady is. I wonder how he recognizes the lady. So found that interesting. You know, some more stuff. Yeah, I have to say before I even come close to forgetting. Gemma, when she told the story, the backstory, like she opened up and was honest about what happened to John Teller. It's about damn time. I've been waiting for this for so long. This is why this episode was so important. It was stuff like this. It's about damn time, man. About time. About that time, for real. She tells everything. Now, just watch the episode. I'm not going to go through everything, but one of the key points I will address. She talked about the code that we all know about, and she said, you know, Nero, don't get too mad at me. You know what I'm talking about, because you had to do what you had to do with the dude. See, in that kind of life, you, in every life really, you live that life. You about that life. You know what it means to be about that life. And sometimes you have to make decisions for the greater good. Not because of personal selfishness. That's life, period. But especially certain lifestyles. Sometimes you have to make choices. Sometimes even in life, you have to cut off certain people. Sometimes you have to tell people the flat out, blunt truth. And she said, you know she loves the man, because she said, I haven't even told my son this. Huge stuff that she okayed it. You know, we've been getting hints, but it was now confirmed by Gemma herself. So this was excellent. And see, it's stuff like this. And as long as, and also Gemma's motherly attributes, I don't hate her, okay? I told you I wanted Clay gone. I don't want her gone. It's just, she be doing that shady stuff, man. She just be shady at times and sometimes out of control. But other than that, I really do at times admire because of her strength and different mother attributes, and she understands the importance. Like, she does have wisdom, even though sometimes she doesn't act wisely. She does have wisdom, along with Nero and Unser. Y'all know what I'm saying? Bobby, even Chills, you know, shows it. And you know I like Happy, once again showing him doing his thing in this episode. Happy, man, whenever Happy speaks, it's just like, yeah. But well, couple more points. It's not gonna be as long as I anticipated, but a couple more key points. One of which was Nero trying to play, you know, he trying to settle things. I really like that aspect. But Tara shows she went to the extreme. She went too far. Tara went too far, as was showcased. She knows what she's done, as was showcased at the end of the episode. Y'all caught that, right? I ain't gonna spoil it, but y'all caught what? When she was holding at the end of the, yeah, y'all caught that, right? Yeah. When the truth, man, two incidents of how the truth pulls. You remember I was talking about the emotional blindness. The truth was pulled, unveiled, the veil was lifted. Truth sets people free. Truth. It does so many things, okay? It makes people listen. People could a lot of times turn away. But if you are an open-minded person, if you are wise, you listen to truth, okay? If you don't have bias, you listen to truth. And truth will reveal to be like, when Gemma revealed to Nero. Now, I had a dude in the my last video. He was commenting. I was breaking it down, reasons why Nero did what he had to do about taking the rap for the guns, right? This is an excellent example. This is another reason why Nero had to do what he had to do. Okay? It was the thing he had to do. You gotta understand. Sometimes you have to do certain things that are unbeneficial to you personally. You have to do it. What did I say for earlier about that code? For the greater good. He did it, and Jax, you know, that slowed Jax's role, because Jax wasn't trusting him. He thought he was just taking Gemma's side. He wasn't hearing it. But Gemma's like, no, you gonna hear this, son. You gonna hear this. What he's done for you, what he's done for the club. Jax was like, oh dang. But then Jax realized, you know, and then eventually the club, you know, they went to chapel and they voted on that thing. And I'll get to that, to the conversation he had with Patterson, and I'll probably end the video with that, because that was huge. But also, that second conversation, when Gemma, when Nero's like, no, we gonna remember what I said. I said this several episode reviews ago about that what Gemma, you know, she had sex with she was forced to have sex with Clay, and the guards watching, you know, they did it changed different than I expected to happen, but still big play. Jax was listening. He's like, damn, mama did that. And he lowered that guard once again, and he was open to listen. He's like, you need to really see, son, what I'm trying to say. Ain't nobody out here trying to lie to you. Ain't nobody out here trying to be manipulative except that one person that you might trust. You know something's off, son. You know the truth. Just find the truth. That's what Neil was trying to say. And yo, Neil could throw some hands though. Neil was throwing them hands though. Did y'all see that? All right, I was loving that. All right, OG for real. And then also, you know, that scene. I'm gonna end this video with these last two scenes. I told you about that past. I'm gonna end with that one. But that scene though. Auntie, I knew something was up. Auntie, I can't believe she didn't know something was up, dog. But did y'all see her? I'm talking about the lawyer, Lona, the lawyer. She was riding clean, dog. You y'all see that car? She was riding clean, dog. Auntie tells her, you know, she says, you called something important? I said, like, yeah, come inside. He closed the door. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, where Jax at? I'm like, yeah. Jax comes out of the dark. The lighting, very fitting. Lighting, atmosphere, very fitting, man. Very fitting for what was the gravity, the seriousness of it. Jax comes out straight up, strapped, pistol out. He like, I don't want to hurt you. Just answer some questions. Jax had that face. Now, Charlie Hunnam, man, I have to applaud him. His acting. He showed what it means. I often talk about, not too often, but I often do talk about controlled rage, okay? If you want to know an example of controlled rage, this episode, Jackson, that scene with Lona the lawyer, that's controlled rage. Y'all saw that face, y'all saw his, oh man, he would scared the living dude. Scared the living dude. Oh man, scared the living ghost out of that lady. She was for, you know, Jack wasn't playing. Control rage. Then he kicked open the door. You know, Auntie said, you know, she was shaking, boy. She was shook. But Auntie like, remember you promised me nobody gonna get hurt. And like, just like, yeah, nobody gonna get hurt. Lona calls Tara, and then you see, you know, y'all saw that in the scene, right? I can't believe Tara though tried to go for the manipulative pattern. She's become what she hated the most, and that happens a lot of times with people. When you become obsessive over stuff, that's what happens. You know, passive. That's we seen it. We done seen it. That's another secondary theme in SOA. When you become obsessed, you become what you hate. And last, I told you I was gonna talk about this in this video. That whole DA, when Jax went and talked with the DA, that offer. Now I was wondering how Galen, because Galen was gonna had to go. He had to go. So I was wondering how that was gonna go down. But Jax, you saw how he did what he did, man. Leadership, man, like Jax was quite manly in this episode. Quite manly, very manly in this episode. And the way he handled, and y'all, I quoted to start off this video what he said, pretty much the end of that. And he, you know, he telling her how it is and what it ain't, breaking it down elementary style, 1, 2, 3, ABC, as some people might say, you know. And she, you know, the DA had nothing to say against it. She couldn't say nothing. She like, you at the end, she just like, okay, you just don't screw me. 10 days go by and you go, I'm gonna get you. They gonna be up on your ass, boy. But she got played. The chess game, Jax wins. Jax won, boy. And you know, he's like, yo, I'm giving you more. Just don't touch Tara, you know, don't just play. I got you. I got you. Okay? I got this. Don't try. I need you to let me do what I do best. You feel me? And she's like, and then at the end, did y'all see that face of the feet? She like, all right, I underestimated this young man. This young man here. This man here. Okay. And you know, that's what the thing one of the things I really love about Jax is I can relate to him in so many aspects, and especially that one. That, you know, plenty of people underestimate me, right? See my name, Unexpected Wonder. But I proved him wrong a lot of times. You understand what I'm saying? And Jax does that. People don't expect him, as young as he is. You know, he's like early 30s, but they don't expect him to have it up here. He's highly intelligent. And the thing also, Jax is able to do some of the things I wish I could. you know, because of it in his position. But it is what it is. I don't want to ramble on. It's about 20 minutes long. Not expecting one to like, comment, subscribe. Please tell me y'all thoughts on this episode. You ain't watched it, please go watch it, because it was a pivotal episode in this series. Alright, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.